There is an old story about an old lady. Now, I am very fond of old ladies and love to see them as the heroes of stories. This particular lady found that she was losing her eyesight. This progressed day by day until she was almost blind. She tried everything, but to no avail. Her eyes were failing her rapidly. One day, though, she heard of a doctor who claimed he could cure blindness. She consulted with him, and he promised to cure her if she paid him an exorbitant fee. Now, she lived in a backward country which did not provide health care to its citizens, but luckily this woman had a sizable bank account, just enough to cover what the doctor demanded, and the clever doctor knew it. What he did not know was that the woman was more clever than he was. She agreed to pay him the outrageous fee, but only on the condition that he restore her eyesight. If at the end of his treatment she still could not see, she would pay him nothing. Well, the greedy doctor did not care for this arrangement, but the woman would not budge, so he agreed and started the treatment. The doctor began to visit the old woman regularly to see how she was progressing. He loved her beautiful home, which was filled with beautiful things she had been collecting over a lifetime. Each time he left the house, he would steal something, maybe a piece of furniture, maybe a painting, maybe a book, maybe a piece of china. Finally, there was nothing left in the house. It had been emptied out by the thieving doctor. He paid the woman one last visit, declared the treatment finished, and demanded his fee. And indeed, the woman was able to open her eyes, but when she did so, she saw that her house was completely empty. She refused to pay the doctor his fee, so the doctor sued her. When she was brought to court, she told the judge, "The doctor is quite correct about our agreement. I agreed to pay him his fee if he cured me, and he agreed that he would charge nothing if he failed. Now he insists that I am cured, but how can he say that? When he started his treatment, my eyes were failing, but I could see the things that filled my house. Now that my eyes are supposed to be cured, I can see nothing at all. Instead of curing me, the doctor has blinded me." The court understood what the woman was saying. She went home free, but the doctor went to jail. Sight is a peculiar thing. Our eyes may be perfectly functioning, but if there is nothing to see, if our houses, our worlds, our lives are filled with emptiness, how can we say we see? There is nothing to see. Perhaps our hearts, our lives have been robbed by others, or perhaps we ourselves have thrown out everything worth seeing. All is empty. We see nothing because there is no longer anything to see. Or perhaps we are surrounded by plenty of things to see, and we refuse to see them. Perhaps there are starving and lonely and freezing and frightened people right on our doorsteps, and we turn a blind eye. Perhaps in front of our eyes there are refugees desperately fleeing from war and oppression, the likes of which we have never known. And because we have never known it, we refuse to see it. We refuse to see them, refuse to understand them, refuse to help them. Perhaps in our own community, perhaps in our own home, Perhaps sitting next to us right now, there is someone in real pain with a burning desire for comprehension, compassion, acceptance, love. And perhaps their very closeness makes them invisible to us. We see nothing. We see no one beyond ourselves. Yes, sight is a peculiar thing, and blindness a terrible infirmity which comes in many flavors. May our eyes be opened. May there always be something to see, and may we always be willing to see it.